Let's get some sleaze.
Just read this over the weekend. Ty Pennington intubated in ICU after a large abscess was closing off his airway.
Ooh, what?
Yeah, he landed in the ICU 2 days after he hit the red carpet for the Barbie movie. He said he was barely breathing. He woke up Tuesday, just 2 days after hitting the premiere. You know, they're working, I guess he's part of the Barbie Dreamhouse Challenge on HGTV.
Wow.
He revealed that he woke up at 4 a.m. on Tuesday morning and couldn't breathe. It turns out, he said, that the sore throat I've had for the last month was actually an abscess, which had grown so large it was closing off my airway. Next thing I know, I was in the ICU in Denver.
Damn.
They had to be, I know. He said, a great reminder to listen to your body when it's telling you something. Isn't that the truth?
Serious.
You know, I see him all the time. He's on every single show on HGTV, so I'm glad he's okay. Of course, the other big news, Hollywood actors are on strike. This is the first time actors and writers have been on strike together since 1960. Union President Fran Drescher, that Fran Drescher from the Nanny, says it's disgusting the way studios pled poverty while giving millions to CEOs.
Yeah, I'm a member of SAG, and I've been for over 20 years, and I get the emails, I vote in the awards, all that stuff, and she is coming in hot, and she is serious as can be when talking about this. And I'm going to try and get a couple people on this week from Atlanta that make their living doing this. Like, they have to, without work, they're not getting paid.
Yeah. And I think, we're not talking about being worried about big actors like Matt Damon. We're talking about the other people who make their living off of this.
And in Atlanta, there's a lot.
Especially in cities like Atlanta. Word broke about the impending strike when the stars of Oppenheimer were on the red carpet for the big London premiere. They all took off. This is the director, Christopher Nolan, announcing to both premiere audiences that they won't be attending.
Yeah, so he could talk because the directors, if you remember, they made a deal. So it's very interesting that the writers go on strike, the directors do a deal, and then the actors go on strike. So he's obviously in the DGA, and he can continue, quote, working, but it's a very awkward situation.
I have to acknowledge the work of our incredible cast, led by Cillian Murphy, Robert Downey Jr., Matt Damon, Emily Blunt, Florence Pugh, so many more. We have to acknowledge, you've seen them here earlier on the red carpet. Unfortunately, they're off writing their signs to join the picket lines for what we believe to be an impending SAG strike. They'll be going out along with one of my guilds, the Writers Guild, who've been on strike for a couple of months, fighting for fair pay for working actors. But they're here in spirit, and you'll get to see their incredible work and the reason we value these talented people so much and need to care for them and make sure they look after us. So thank you very much for being here, and we hope you enjoyed the film.
Yeah, this is like Leslie said, this is not, Tom Cruise we're worried about. This is people who are making, everything down to even background actors. And there's several things on the plate, including more money on the day rate. So when you work for maybe just a day, instead of getting, $1,200, you might get $1,600 or whatever. They're fighting for that. But also, it's the streaming. That's what it's all about, the streaming royalties.
I need to give an update on the Kevin Costner divorce. His estranged wife, Christine Baumgartner, reportedly needs him to remove her ex's consent to remove any items aside from her personal belongings from their home. The judge ruled Friday that the former handbag designer, Christine Baumgartner, must have a discussion with Kevin Costner before taking any property from their California estate. This is according to TMZ, where, they're the ones breaking all the news. The items reportedly include furniture, furnishings, artwork, appliances, other belongings that could be in a storage unit. And clothing, things like clothing and toiletries, jewelry, are free to her to move as she pleases. There's some sort of a crazy update every single day. Have you heard about the Wisconsin elementary school teacher who wanted to feature Miley Cyrus and Dolly Parton's song Rainbow Land?
Yeah.
She wanted to feature this in this school concert, She's been fired after the school board in Waukesha, I think it's Waukesha, Wisconsin, voted unanimously to terminate her. Melissa Temple. This happened on Wednesday. In March, Higher Elementary School reportedly decided not to allow her first graders to sing the song at a concert. So after the initial ban, Temple tweeted, she went on Twitter, "My first graders were so excited to sing Rainbow Land for our spring concert, but it has been vetoed by our administration. When will it end?" She also included lyrics from the song. Well, after the tweet, Barnes, went viral, she was placed on administrative leave. Parents said the school made the decision because the song encourages LGBTQ acceptance and it references rainbows. Then Wednesday, the school board voted unanimously to fire her and stated that she violated 3 school board policies, including not following the chain of command by going to the media before airing her concerns to supervisors, because, she went right to Twitter, engaging students on social media, and making statements that sowed disharmony among the staff.
Well, I'm surprised. Have we heard a comment yet from Miley or Dolly?
There's going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Because Dolly and Miley are very, very reactive.
If they have, I haven't seen it yet, but listen to how harmless this song is. Are they overreacting just a little bit? Do we really need to fire her over that?
It's a very simple, fun song. Dolly sings those kind of, she has the...
Yeah. It's harmless.
Her imagination library. And hey, are you a fan of Tom Holland?
Yeah. Spider-Man?
I really like a lot of his other movies, and he's been doing some very intense things on Apple TV, but he opened up about his sobriety journey, and he explained what caused him to stop drinking. Holland said he's been sober for about 1.5 years, and he said on this podcast in July, On Purpose with Jay Shetty, he said he didn't initially plan to quit drinking completely.
I had no idea that he had a problem, but I'm sure
I didn't either.
There's probably a lot of people your next door neighbor, your brother's friend, whoever, that have a problem, and they just keep it from you. But this sounds pretty raw.
And I decided to just give up for January. I just wanted to do dry January, and all I could think about was having a drink. It's all I could think about. I was waking up thinking about it. I was checking the clock. When's it 12? And it just really scared me. I just was like, wow, maybe I have a little bit of an alcohol thing. So I sort of decided to punish myself and say, I'll do February as well. I'll do 2 months off. If I can do 2 months off, then I can prove to myself I don't have a problem. 2 months go by, and I was still really struggling. I felt like I couldn't be social. I felt like I couldn't go to the pub and have a lime soda. I couldn't go out for dinner. I was really, really struggling. And I started to really worry that maybe I had an alcohol problem. So I decided that I would wait until my birthday, which is June 1st. I said to myself, if I can do 6 months without alcohol, then I can prove to myself that I don't have a problem. And by the time I had got to June 1st, I was the happiest I've ever been in my life.
He's been talking a lot about that, and also there's some criticism and fan favor for his very explicit role in The Crowded Room. And finally, Barnes, Emily Blunt says she always sees Matt Damon in his slippers. She explained on another podcast why. They live in the same apartment building. It's very, very funny. Check this out.
I don't ever see Matt Damon not in his slippers anymore. He's just always in his slippers. I haven't seen him in regular shoes in a long time.
Really?
Yeah, that's because we live in the same buildings. We just pop down to see each other. And Matt is just the most easygoing, beautiful person.
It's weird to visualize that when you say they both live in apartments.
Yeah, and I guess, they share Sunday breakfast together. Who knows? That is your Celebrity Sleaze.
The Morning X with Barnes and Leslie. 99.